Here, I'll start by showing you this. This is an illustration I used in my slide presentation this past week. I don't like to use bean bodies and clip art in the presentations I do at the office. So if I need a picture of a nervous guy giving a speech, I just draw a nervous guy giving a speech. And here we go. We've been drawing animals out of the Lee Ames series. Well, it's time we draw something else. So we're working at a draw 50 boats, ships, trucks, and trains, which not surprisingly has got boats and trucks and trains, all kinds of cool stuff. Today we are going to draw the Dory. Which is a nice little rowboat. Now turn your paper sideways and draw nice and big. You want to fill up the page with your picture of the rowboat. So I'm going to start in red and I'll finish it off in dark ink, as I always do. You can, if you're working with a pencil, draw very lightly to start with, and then you'll press hard as you finish up. So as we draw this, we're actually almost constructing the picture of the boat the way you would construct a real boat. There we go. Little rat line there. It was interesting for me to see. I saw they were actually putting together a dory. It's just like a rowboat, except it's big and robust. This one could actually go into the ocean. So it's not the kind of rowboat you would use on a lake. More likely to use it on the sea. But this big beam that you see here, what they do is they boil the wood and bend it, boil it and bend it. No, boil it and boil it till they end up with a piece of wood that has these sharp right angles in it. And they use that as the foundation for the boat. So who knows the difference between a boat and a ship? Anybody? I'll give you a hint. Have you ever heard of a life ship? No, but have you ever heard of a lifeboat? So what can you put on a ship that you can't put on a boat? Any guesses? All right, well, I'll have to tell you then. The difference between a boat and a ship is that you can put a boat on a ship, but you can't put a ship on a boat. So a ship is a boat that's big enough to have a boat on it. And a boat is a ship that's too small to put a boat on it. If you can put a lifeboat on it, it's a ship. Well, let's see. No, I still want to do some of these lines. Okay, so we've got the basic shape. Now we're going to come in here and we're going to add some more timbers. Follow the contour that we started. Put a couple of oar locks on here. Oar locks are where the oars go so that you don't lose them in the ocean. We're going to add some futtocks. Futtocks are these ribs of the boat, these cross pieces that the other planks are attached to. We call those the futtocks. And I'll come in here, add a few more of these timbers. Add some thickness to the raw beam here. Give our man a little hat. It's like he's wearing a Macintosh, which is a kind of raincoat. It is not a computer. And here's the old man's pipe. He's out here smoking while he's on the sea in his dory. I used to smoke a pipe when I was in college. I thought I looked very cool smoking my pipe. Made me look smart. And if I ever was thinking, I'd pull my pipe out and I'd tamp down the tobacco and I'd light it, smoke my pipe some more. People ask me a question, I would think about it while I was puffing on my pipe. But I don't smoke anymore, mostly because I can't smoke at work and I can't smoke at the grocery store, can't smoke at the movies. I don't want to smoke around my family because I don't want them to get sick from the smoke. So you'd have to say I'm a smoker, I just don't do it. Now, there are all kinds of people who are going to tell you, I'm going to go in and add my dark details now. They'll tell you that you shouldn't smoke because it's a dirty habit, that's smelly. Shouldn't use e-cigarettes because it's expensive and terrible, and you'll hate it, and it'll make you cough, make you choke. And those people don't quite get it. Because if you want to look cool, you can smoke. Smoking makes you look cool. And the first time you puff on a cigarette or a cigar, it's, oh, it's terrible. It's awful. Then you puff on it again, and yeah, it's not so bad. Yeah, it's okay. Then you smoke again, and you say, hey, this isn't so bad. In fact, I kind of like it. And that's when you're in big trouble. Because the truth is, I really enjoyed smoking. I only quit because I didn't want other people to get sick. If it had been just up to me, I would have kept smoking. And every time I see somebody smoke, or I'm walking by a place where you can buy a cigar, I think, wow, I wish I could buy a cigar. I'd really enjoy that. Because even though I haven't smoked in 30 years, I still miss it all the time. And that, my darlings dear, is why you never, ever try it. Not for a moment. Don't ever smoke. Not because it's horrible and because you're going to hate it, but because it's actually kind of nice and you're going to like it. And tobacco is the only thing that they sell where if you use it according to the package instructions, it will kill you. Now, every single person who smokes doesn't get cancer. Only 1 in 3 people get cancer from smoking. So think about that. You, your best friend, your other friend, all decide, hey, why don't we go ahead? Why don't we have a cigarette? It doesn't kill you. Hey, you lucked out. Doesn't kill your other friend. But because you decided you were going to try a cigarette, it kills your best friend. I sure wouldn't like that. So that's your Mr. Dawson honesty lesson about smoking. Besides, it would be hard to keep it lit out there on the ocean. This guy's crazy. I think he's just chewing on the pipe to chew on it. All right. I'll cut off the bottom here and just have the water. along there. Maybe you can see a faint outline of it underneath. And as always, you can go in and add a little bit of shading. Make him look more realistic. I'm going to effectively erase his hat because I want to get the red out of there. But I know where it goes now, so I can go back and replace that pretty easily. And that is the glory of the man in the dory. You could write a story about the man in the dory, couldn't you? Maybe he is a mercenary soldier from the Revolutionary War. That would make him a Tory. He'd be a Tory in a dory. But maybe we don't want the story to be war-y. That would be gory. All right, my darlings dear. Thank you for your kind attention.